Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There's no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best. Okay. It's not like Google and Facebook. It's not like Apple and Amazon. Yeah, we can debate Apple or Amazon. What's better? They both look like tech monopolies to me. They both look pretty good. On the other end, Bitcoin or no. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a crypto asset. This entire idea of like 60% dominance is bullshit, ridiculous, stupid, right? Like, it's stupid. It's not 60% dominant. It's like 96% or 95% dominant, right? The thing, and you compare it as a crypto asset to a like kind of proof of work crypto network, right? That's meant to be a store of value. You know, you're lucky if you find it, you can scrape together 5% of other stuff in the last bucket, so there is no real proof.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Trench Capital. Hey, what's been happening in the last 24 hours, Alphaballer? You give us the rundown, give us the playbook. What's been occurring?
Jarvis, lock the fuck in. You've seen sailors saying never sell your Bitcoin. What's been going on? It's been a rough 24 hours.
Yeah, go on.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you tuned in yesterday live stream, but if you missed yesterday, make sure you stay during this one, because we've had some nice insights yesterday, and it came so fast. It came so fast to reality. Only the thoughts on like what we were speaking yesterday about Bitcoin, about Sailor, about Ton, about some other things, they came to reality so fast. And like, man, it's just free. We're just sharing free knowledge. There is no way you don't want to tune in for like 30 minutes, 1 hour of your day and just like get all this information. And then it's up to you what you do with it,
100%.
It's been a wild 24 hours.
Yeah, last 24 hours, for those of you that don't know, Michael Saylor's strategy decided to sell 32 Bitcoin worth $2.5 million. Not much, okay? It's not much, but to me, it's like testing the water. It's just like seeing how people respond and how the price responds. And the price didn't miss. Price chart, and we'll bring this up on stream real quick. There you go. There you can see Michael Saylor's strategy selling that 32 Bitcoin, as mentioned by Watch Guru. But this is making for a pretty red week, and that was. Let me just bring off the moving averages here on the daily time frame. We went from 74K down to 70K, so we had a $4,000 decrease on the basis of what Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy are doing, and that's not offloaded. That's not offloading a decent sized amount of his position. We know that he has the monopoly when it comes to his amount. He has huge amounts of Bitcoin, but this is my worry, right? And this is from Blockworks, but this is my worry when it comes to Bitcoin, and I've been saying this all the time, the whole thing is Ponzi-like in nature. Okay, the whole idea, the software part of the company, which doesn't make up the vast majority of where the dividends comes from, is not profitable. Okay, so their business is not profitable. And then on top of that, the only way that they are able to pay out the dividends, they have a obligation because investors invest their money up front and get stocks or shares in their derivatives, in their versions of their tickers. The only way for that to happen is price appreciation of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has been retracing. We've seen this from where it was $126,000 at the all-time high. We know that Saylor has not been, MicroStrategy in general doesn't really care when they're buying, right? I think their average entry is somewhere in the 80 grand region. They have bought lows, but the funny thing about them, I find, is they tend to just buy regardless of what's going on in the market, right? Whether it's a bull or a bear, but they go much stronger in the bull to buy more stock, mainly because of the hype, like anyone does, right? Like they get FOMO. Even big financial institutions do the same thing. You saw them buying into the hundreds of Ks, right? And strategically speaking, I mean, like Bitcoin to achieve 100K plus is insane. Now, maybe to them, they think, oh, well, what's 100K on the way to 250K or $1 million? Okay. But when you have to pay your dividends out and you have a certain amount of cash and you've now gone below $1 billion of cash reserves to pay the people who put the money up front, that's a dangerous situation. And they have been trying to manipulate this market to keep going up. And I think now we're starting to see the drop off. I think now we're starting to see through, and people are like, this thing can't go down 50K. I'm sorry, but we're at 70K. We're 20K difference, and he's barely fucking sold anything. Excuse my language.
And we've been only 24 hours, and not even 24 hours from the moment that he sold. But we've been ranging in that area, and we've been speaking actually about this yesterday because we've been ranging in that area, and everyone was waiting for a signal, something to happen. So it will be like, what's sell the news, What's the thing? What will be the signal that will make people like finally decide which way Bitcoin goes? And there we go. Because he literally sold nothing, right? For them, 32 Bitcoin, 2.35 million, 2.5 million.
Well, it's nothing.
It's basically nothing, right?
Nothing.
Exactly. But this did what it did. It's just, let's say, there was like probably hundreds of millions of longs liquidated, which is like not really organic. Like we had some leverage flash as well. We got some longs liquidated. And it also gave the sellers that were waiting for the move the right to sell. Because like, hey, Saylor sold, MicroStrategy sold, some Bitcoin. So let's just dump it.
Well, I think also like the relief rally happened last month, right? And we're just brand new into a fresh month in June. You never know; it could reverse at the end of this month, right? Because we saw that at the beginning of last month, the price was going up. Price went up as high as I think it was 83, 84K. Everyone started saying, bull market's back on. I had a lot of people saying these kind of things. I look at it like from a charting standpoint, I think it's hit certain levels like perfectly. So I'll bring this up real quick on the moving averages side of things. This is on let's go on the weekly real quick for a second so we get a better perspective here. But it has been testing certain levels here, right? Trying to push up towards the 89 EMA, right? For some people who want to know, the guide that I'm using is the moving averages here, and then possibly going up to the 50 EMA. The problem was, right, we were struggling we got past the 21 EMA, and then we've just come back down, right? We were holding this level. This level is probably a key support level. And as it comes down, as it hits and probably bounces and stuff like that, then we go into in my opinion, where your lows start to come in. And it will be ranging in between. Could it go further down? Yes. I've talked about this on stream, that last cycle, the price, if you're looking at these moving averages, it actually went slightly below, about 15% below this blue line here, which is your 377. But the idea, and by the way, for people that want to know the price, 51K, right? 51, but it's a moving average, so it will move and it probably will go less as the price goes down. But look, I mean, the big thing here is this. I mean, we've been talking about this for a while. We've been talking about the fact that strategy are going to sell. They have to sell. The whole scheme is really. This was like a big concern. I remember back in November of last year, it was a big concern for me. Like, part of the reason why I got very bearish, I was like, the structuring of their derivatives and the structuring of their Ponzi is really bad. The big thing for me as well was the fact that the software company isn't profitable. If MicroStrategy's software company is not profitable, where's the money coming from? Bitcoin doesn't give you yield. It's not like Ethereum. You're not like staking it and you're earning yield. It doesn't give you yield. There's 21 million of them, right? There's a certain issuance, and the issuance goes down every 4 years. So where's the yield coming from? And they're acting like that you can get yield from the price appreciation of Bitcoin. There's no yield. They have to sell some. The only way that they were propping it up was as the price of Bitcoin was going up, their assets were going up in terms of their valuation, and the amount that they could borrow against that valuation was significantly more, right? So, okay, you have something. Let's say you own something, a property or whatever. You can take out capital. If the price appreciation goes up, you can take capital against that and then use that capital. But guess what? If the price of the house flips and goes the opposite way, you lose 50% on that house. You ain't going to go to the banks and be able to get it. That's not it's Ponzi-nomics. In my opinion, it's Ponzi-nomics. So,
you know what's the other thing? The other thing is not like even them or him selling. It's the other thing, if they stop buying, which was mainly what was driving, price appreciation for Bitcoin, because they were constantly buying. If that stops and they're not buying anymore, that's also like no any catalyst for Bitcoin at this point in time to go up.
I actually want to try and find the because I think on MicroStrategy's they've got this thing, right? They've got this where they show how much they're buying, basically. I'll try and find it in a second, but big problems. I mean, like the markets are freaking out, obviously, because what was it last year? He was saying, sell your kidneys and buy more Bitcoin. He's been the guy.
He's been the guy driving, the Bitcoin bull maxes. Never sell your Bitcoin, sell your kidneys, buy more Bitcoin, and everything like that. And he just like, okay, guys, we just sold some Bitcoin, right? Was it just a trigger, just a flash, or it's just the beginning of something more? And my timeline, I would say, they're so split. Like, there are the complete bull maxes that like, okay, this is just a flash, and like we're gonna go higher. And we have the other side, which are bear maxing and just calling for under 50K, maybe under 40K. That's like
I don't know if it will flush that far down. Because look, to be honest with you, okay, so they've got like 900 million in reserve. This is what I want to bring up, by the way, right? They've got to pay their dividends. However, like I think people do overdo it, right? Like You don't have to sell huge chunks, right? You clip away. The concern I think that most people have is basically the reaction. We're talking about one treasury company and the biggest treasury company, right? The biggest treasury company, and they own a huge amount of Bitcoin. So there are other treasury companies, and their MNAV is below what it needs to be, meaning the average entry price and the amount of debt that they took out to buy that Bitcoin has now gone underwater versus the share price. So what that can mean is you've got to, if you're running a company and you're raising money, you have an obligation. Maybe it's every year, maybe it's every quarter, maybe it's every bi-yearly. You have an obligation to pay a dividend out. The whole reason why people buy your stock ticker rather than buying Bitcoin straight off the rip is because they get, say, 10% or 9% a year or whatever it is, right? They own the share, and they can always cash out and sell the share, but also they can get residual income. They get some sort of income that comes in, a dividend that comes in. You have an obligation. You have to pay it, or you'll get sued as fuck, right? You're going to get sued by individuals who will be very, very pissed off if you don't pay that dividend. So in my personal opinion, like, you look at it and you go, I don't think they're going to sell. And as they sell, people are going to front run it, or they're going to lose kind of credibility, or people are going to play those games. You'll see some whale flushing. You'll see some people like maybe marking down the price and stuff like that. And a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, but they've got capital to buy those dips. No, they still have their dividends payments to make, and they only have a certain amount of cash reserve, and they have been buying. That's the problem. Their cash reserves are now running low. The way that they used to do it, okay, or what they've been doing, especially this year, was they were making new tickers with higher dividends returns. So instead of it being like 9%, now it's like 11% return, and trying to raise the money to then pay off the immediate dividends that they had to pay to their investors already. So they're just backdating, they're pushing it to the future. It's like a typical Ponzi scheme. So like volatility wise, I think we see a lot of volatility. The problem is as well, I don't think the markets are liquid to sell all large amounts of their position. So then that will cause, we know this from buying shitcoins. It's like, hey, there's not much liquidity there. Slippage is high. I'm only going to be able to sell a certain amount without slipping the price even further and the price going down quite rapidly. So we might see this rapid drop. But at some point, I mean, like, people are going to see this as extremely discounted, and a bottom floor will happen. I just think that whales or big, large holders of Bitcoin are going to see this as a massive opportunity. So yeah, it's hilarious to me, and the markets are reacting just like that, like poorly. Gone down from 74k, we're at 71k, went down to 70k. Probably going to break down further. We'll see.
Yeah, looks like so. You want to go through some comments a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it. XX saying, are we about to see Bitcoin collapse? Remember, whatever happens, Bitcoin will keep going up forever. Yeah, I look. It's again, timing's
my
kind
days
of
on time.
Timing is perfect on it, right? What are we in? Like January, February, March, April, May, June. So the end of Q2, going into Q3, and then probably Q4. I mean, you couldn't fucking make it up. 1 year from the all-time high, which is October, which is your typical bear market bottom. It's just ironic that it just from the all-time high, you now have Sailor selling. And you have uncertainty within the Strait of Hormuz, and you've got new Fed chair coming in and uncertainty on rate cuts and all of this kind of stuff. I find it really fucking ironic. The timing's unbelievably interesting. So yeah, sure, collapse. Again, run it up. Again, when you have an all-time high, you're having price inflated to a degree that is never seen before. It has to come back down in order to find an equilibrium. And this is where sellers go, right, okay, this is way too, I purchased this Bitcoin years ago for hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands of dollars, maybe even $50,000.
Right.
I've just done 100% move or 125% move on huge stacks of cash. I'm going to sell. I'm going to take the TP, and then we go again. And it's the Ponzi of stocks, Ponzi of Bitcoin, Ponzi of anything. Some things get overvalued. Once they get to this overvaluation and it finds this top, the collapse happens. It shifts sizably the other way. People start selling, and then it gets way oversold. Then a floor's made, and at that floor, that's where you find your bottom. And then people go, right, okay, let's move it up, and the asset grows over time. That's how the asset grows. It's literally like,
and basically new narrative and everything like that appears. So you have even more institutions or more other guys, big guys. We had like Samsung acquiring like 4% stake in Upbit, which is, biggest crypto exchange, one of the in South Korea. They want to get their feet wet, right, in this digital marketing currency. So when the bottom is formed, you'll see like new narratives appear why this should be priced higher, and that's how a bullish momentum is formed. But we've seen
11K, bro. I don't think we see 11K. I don't think we see 11K. Like 11K is like fire sale, bro. Like, sell your kidney, literally sell your kidney. But no, I mean, it's
too early. Patience, guys.
I know. Everyone goes extreme.
Protect
right?
our health,
We got Pete Chad Sailor. What's up, Pete? How's it going? Absolute legends, these guys. Are we still in Pulse Chain? Yeah. I guess. I mean, I'm always around the community, always seeing what's going on. I look at the prices. I think, again, like if I see the macro doing what it's doing, how's it going to be better for Pulse Chain? Like, the funny thing is BNB, even BNB, right? And I love BNB, but BNB had that pump, right? Went up to plus $700. Now it's retracing from that. It's really hard. I say this all the time, but when the macros poor, it's really hard to swim against the tide. And I'm saying, like, it's really fucking hard to try and keep the price up and you might have these mini pumps, but it's really hard to keep it the momentum going. Pure example of this, you guys will remember when Richie Hart decided to pump, I can't remember how much it was, maybe 25 million into the ecosystem. And you had that, everything else was going down, right? You had Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, all of these things were going down. And the only green bubbles for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, was Pulse Chain assets. Then
that's how it works for him. He likes to brag when, his prices are up and everything goes down. That was the marketing back in the days, what used to work, but it's not sustainable because, as you said, to maintain a high price, high valuation, like you have to have some sort of revenue, or where do you get that cash, right?
Yeah.
And Binance has been a tool for them. They have perps, they have like tons of revenue cash from different side of angles, and that's why BNB has been in up only mode for like the past 2 years. You can say from the beginning, because it's been making all-time highs.
Ben Cohen posted this, and interesting to see plenty of narratives to justify why Bitcoin is dropping right now, but it often drops in June of midterm years. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, midterm years are never really good for Bitcoin. I know the 4-year cycle view is mocked frequently, but it's been far more accurate than any other theory put out there, and it's true, man. I mean, like, It's crazy. It's crazy to look at the timing of things and stuff like that. Yeah, Ben Cohen's been pretty spot on when it comes to that kind of stuff. And yeah, you can see it here. This is on the weekly basis. I mean, kind of shame that it didn't hold. It's not necessarily held itself after a really good month last month, but then ended red after 2 months of nice green candles. Yeah, people were getting excited 3 months in a row. Also on the basis, I know someone, they're still speaking about Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain successfully has done 10 months of red candles, which is GG.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that? 10 months of red candles.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
How incredible is that, But hey, 100% uptime for the chain. So you can't complain.
Yeah, GG's to Pulse Chain. Yeah, no, interesting to see. People wonder why I've been a bit bearish. There you go. It's really hard. It's like where do you find the bottom on this chart? It's like there, maybe.
It's maybe because I've seen a lot of people started back on posting about bottoms and Pulse Chain. Oh my God, it's like a great time to get in, right? Because it's been down for so long. But I've seen the same pattern like a couple of months ago when it was like going down like crazy, and they were calling for the same bottom on Pulse Chain, and I was like, okay, the sentiment hasn't shifted at all. There is no leadership, no vision in anything. I'm not seeing it, man. As much as I want, because I'm a Pulse Chain max, and I've been keeping my bags, my eyes on the ecosystem fully. I just don't see it yet. I just don't see it yet.
No, I don't like the way it's like. My concern is that I don't like the way it's going because it's just like there's no flaws, right? So at least if we go on the chart here, yeah, and we're on the monthly basis. It felt like there was probably a range. If we go on the week, actually, let's go on a weekly. It's going to be a bit better to see it like this. Like this seemed discounted, right? And it seemed to be range bound. If I was pretty happy with, you could even say like the range was, let's say that's your top, that's your bottom. Kind of, if you put that all the way through, it's kind of sitting in this range for quite a while. Broke down on this W pattern. It just seemed like that would have been like a good buy around there. And then obviously went back down, but then has broken down way out of that. It's, the minute it's gone past that, it's kind of
true. And ETH hasn't been helping at all, because we know he bought ETH at like 3.7, something like that. Way underwater. There's
dude. So I remember this price being like, oh my gosh, the price has just hit all-time low.
Right.
This is just so discounted.
It was.
Do you know what I mean? Then it came back down to here. Actually made a new all-time low, and you're like, wow, okay. And then the pump was pretty cool. You would have made probably a couple 100%. I want to say from here. Let's see. Yeah, just under 200%. So like 4x basically. 3x, 4x, whatever. But yeah, it's just a shame, really. It's just a shame that it just keeps creating these lower, like this, just from essentially here, August 2025 to where we're at now in June. So essentially a year. Just there's no flaw. It just seems to be like that. You have 1 week of these green candles, but if you look at it on the monthly, it's just there's no floor on it. So the floor keeps going down.
Right.
That's the problem. It's like, how do you assess it? And I know people like got pissed off when I said this. I said I think it goes down minus 99%. I mean, every other asset. Like we're talking about the Pulse the ticker. Now we've got like Ink that's down 99%. You've had EHEX that's down minus 99%. PulseX is close to being minus 99%. Every single ticker is going to be like that. And we were meant to talk about ProveX today, actually, ironically.
We can shift because ProveX is not going anywhere anytime soon. So we will get plenty of time on that. But the other thing about Pulse Chain, let me dig it a little bit, because we had about the PDAI drama and everything, because PDAI has been pumping a little bit way more. And it's like even the Pulse Chain community, it's still divided. There is like the Hexcan, Pulsecans, people who believe in core coins are getting mocked by PDAI guys, and they're like constantly in a fight. And it's like, oh, they are somehow like believing in patience. Shout out to Famous.
Yeah, no, Famous has been right, bro. He's been right. Like, I feel like Famous has been one of the only ones where, who's kind of said that the 4-year cycle is intact on the chain. Everyone else has been not like that.
Right. Because most of the Pulse Chain people, they are not looking at the general macro vibe news. They're completely out of touch of everything that is going on with other crypto or BTC. So they're like only focused on Pulse Chain, and they don't really care, right? So he's calling for 50K. Could be.
Yeah, 50K. I think it's highly likely we go to 50K. Would not be surprised if we go to 45. But my range probably right now, looking at 51 to 55, like anywhere in that, like
MoneyGang. When I hear those prices, I'm like, give me that
100%.
day.
And then you think
prices.
You think like, oh, where's the price of where's Ethereum going to go? Now it's like sub 2K, right? $1,900. I'll bring this up on stream real quick.
I'm surprised it hasn't dropped as much as Bitcoin, because it's been holding a little bit better. But the structure, we don't have actually a real structure right now, right? So I would love
from its all-time high.
Right. I would still love
Bitcoin's
it
now
go
about 40%.
Another like, if you look at this chart, even if it goes a little bit up, there is no real structure to support that, right? So maybe a week to 1 point.
Dude, if you had like if you had some sort of range between like big ass range for the last how many years, since 21 to
you
now,
call it accumulation?
No, I'm just saying, like, how much would you have made in LP? I know it's a massive big range, but look, you could LP from literally February 21 to now, and probably still keep going until.
Speaking about LP, I know Famous is also. He's the LP guy. He's been farming. Hey guys, do this, do that. Yeah, if you
well, you can make a lot of money from LP.
You could.
Kind of crazy. If you're happy to accumulate more of the asset and take temporary losses and just make sure you have it in a decent enough range, you're happy in 2 asset classes. Like let's say you like the Bitcoin Ethereum ratio or something like that. It's great. Just accumulate more of both, and you're not that worried. And with time, especially if you're in that kind of longer term position in a decent range and you're making decent fees, it's great. You can use it short term and make really quick high fees, and sell positions and stuff. But yeah, unit accumulation is really cool if you're focusing on units. Because at the end of the day, I look at stuff like gold. I look at stuff like some of the stock valuations, Nvidia right now, right? Incredible, like crazy. And you go S&P 500, and I go, this asset's going to be around for the next 20 years. I want to still get units of it. I don't think it's not going to be around. I think it's now an asset class that's accepted. And I don't agree with, because you get the extremes, right? You go, oh, it's going to replace everything. It's going to be the biggest asset class in the world, this, that, and the other. And then you got the opposite extreme, which is like Peter Schiff, where it's like, oh, it doesn't do anything. It's not going to exist. It's all going to go to zero. Nah. it's going to be around. It's functional, it's usable. People use it all over the globe now, and it's getting used much more. Of course, crypto is going to be around. Of course, it is. What's your timeline for $1 million Bitcoin? Let's say we're at 125K. I'd be looking around 200 to 250 next cycle. I reckon you got another 2 to 3 cycles for that.
10 years? That's a good one.
I think there's reason. I mean, like, if we go off of market cap comparison, right?
Crypto in general, it's so undervalued at the moment, and it's getting more.
I agree.
Bad.
And what was the market cap top? Like 3 trillion? I think it was
0.4 probably.
Yeah, no. So just double the price. Just slightly below double, but just around 3 trillion. I think it should be competing up here into the 5 trillion marker, right? So I think it should be within the top 5. I think silver's pretty overvalued, but like, let's go off of silver's price right now, like 4.27 trillion. So your times in if we go off of what would what would make if it's $1 million, so we're at like 71K right now, okay, and we're looking for $1 million in pricing, divide that by 71,000, about 14 times the market cap of what it is right now. That's where it needs to be. So if it's 14 times by 1.4 trillion, we're talking about an asset class that's going to be 19 to 20 trillion dollars. Long way to go, because gold is at 31 trillion right now, right? So I'm trying to do some quick maths. Don't hold me to it. So let's just get to 5 trillion first, and at that point, then you can go, yeah. Then you start to look at like 1 million down the line. But I think it will take a lot more time than people think. I think
a lot more liquidity, I would say, building a lot more, not even structure, but adoption, because everyone is like, okay, Bitcoin is the new digital gold, more acceptance. There are still like, probably around 10%, 12% of people in the world owning anything related to crypto.
I don't even think it's Bitcoin. That high, bro. The last time around, I remember in 21, it was like 3 to 4%. I don't know if it is now.
It is way higher. It is way higher. But some people probably touched crypto, right? And then completely disappeared, because it's a rough place. If you don't like it, depends how you take. Like, you have some people that they want to turn like $10 in hundreds of thousands, right? And then you have like big smart guys that, okay, I see this as an investment class, so let me take it steady. Let me learn about it. Let me invest it slowly, right?
Yeah.
So we have the smart mind, smart money building over time. People who want to get like, I've heard about crypto, that he bought like $100 and turned it in 1 million. Sure. That's probably in Memecoins and happening once in a couple of millions.
I also like a lot of OGs I know, 2014 guys, 2017 guys. They have this idea that it's all over, right? So they've cashed out, and the problem is, here's where they're not seeing the truth of things. When they bought in 2014, if you bought anything, the price goes up because the market cap evaluations were so low and the competition was so low.
Right.
I also saw this, hear about this in 2017. Okay. Now the ease of use now of crypto and the ability to be able to raise to make a coin is like super easy. There's barely any development needed, right? You just do it off a launch pad. So this idea, like, yes, there's more saturation, but there is probably I don't believe this idea that just because there's more saturation and that's the end. Like, there's plenty of products out there. There's plenty of Chinese knockoff products for some of the best brands out there. You think of Dyson, right? The best Hoover or vacuum cleaner, as some people say. There's plenty of vacuum cleaners in the world. There's loads of different brands and different shapes. Just the cream of the crop rises to the top. And so I think that's what's going to happen in the future. I think we still got a problem with launchpads. I think we still got like too much going on, but people still want the opportunity to play around in these markets. People still are looking for opportunities. I don't think that dies out. I think there just has to be a bit more structure with it. I think it's got to be less of a kind of free market in the sense of there's so many now. There's got to be some sort of grading system or better system when it comes to launchpad stuff. It has to be
right.
better.
There is nothing better than crypto at the moment. The feeling that it gets, and we're speaking even right now when the things are slow. But you have people who like to invest in a little bit more riskier assets. You have gamblers who want, to try their luck and like maybe become something from nothing. You have a lot of different parties how they see. So there is no way these things goes away. There is so much demand actually that when it finds probably, because that's probably a lot of people don't even understand or don't even know this, but the flipping of momentum can be so fast, right? It can be so fast when something's happen and it finds the bottom, it finds the structure. It can switch like in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You can have it like go parabolic, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you were around because I was not around where the things were going parabolic left and right when just BNB appeared, when other bigger cryptocurrencies, and they were doing like 100 plus like 1,000% in a couple of weeks. Like,
Yeah.
hey, there were like I haven't felt this at all this cycle because it was like a rush. You had to run from one chain to another to gamble on one meme coin to another.
Yeah.
So this industry is definitely not going away. In
I
any
don't think
case,
so. No,
it
no.
is just too big to.
No, it. Okay, maybe the momentum, maybe the valuations get reduced, but and that's normal. There's kind of maturity of markets where the market caps get inflated and they hold those valuations for a long time. Then it takes way more capital to move the price up. It's
Right.
quite a normal thing of any market. Buying more most wanted. Okay, fair enough, bro.
Most one.
All vendors, no buyers. The discounts got too much, and now people lost faith. Yeah, but they did the same when Sam Bankman-Fried and the biggest exchange in America, FTX, collapsed. I remember I was there. I remember they used to sponsor the Miami Heat, right? It was the biggest freaking one of the biggest basketball teams, and I just remember they were everywhere. So it's just part of. It's
Do you
very ironic.
believe?
It's very predictable in a weird way. It's just yeah,
Do
part
you
of the
believe
game.
that FTX was like kind of mistiming because he had Sam, right? He had all the right cards. He was betting on the big players. Do you believe that it happened
Wow.
like a little bit earlier and FTX wouldn't have collapsed if he had a little bit more timing before the booming of AI, the booming of stocks, because it happened right at the most unfortunate time, and his investments would be worth like billions, and probably, being able to support the whole FTX thing all around with
My
Luna, with the
my
stable
only
coin.
thing with with that kind of thing, right, is like when you have a whale who owns too much supply of a coin. I don't know if you've noticed this, right? And I've said it a couple of times with some shitters that you're in, and you've got decent amount of supply. They do that kind of wallet watching. And they're like, yeah, let's wait for him to bail out, let's wait for him to sell and then we'll pump it. Like I have a feeling that on a bigger level, in a bigger pond, that probably happens, right? Like it's like they probably playing the well games. If they're playing well games at low levels, of course they're going to play it on the bigger levels. So, but you're right. Yeah, he the problem is, from what I hear, is just he's just incompetent with the financial side of things. When it came to FTX, I mean the money that was getting siphoned to Alameda, and then she's just like gambling it basically. Subpar. Chick just messing
Still
around with
crazy, man. Still crazy
Yeah,
that his bets, whatever he was betting, are up like billions right now, right? Even on
Yeah.
topics.
The good thing about crypto is anyone can participate. The bad thing is everyone can. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, not everyone needs a distributor. Yeah, good point. Yeah, very very good point. Crypto people have zero patience. It's sickening. Yeah, because there's other opportunities. I think that's the big thing.
Right.
It's like
What is patience? Like, what is patience? Is it like 1 day, 1 week, couple of months, or years, right? It depends on what.
Where's your pivot at that point, right? Like, or do you pivot? It's hard to say. It's really hard to say in terms of patience. If you're a long-term player, I get it. But at some point, you're looking at your risk profile and you go, okay, well, where do we go and what do we do? I think also it's just the very nature of human nature now, with the TikTok generation, with the even like I see, the boomer generation that can't focus on reading a book for a day or so, right? Like if they have time on their own, they can't deal with it. Huh?
Right. The spam attention is too fast. You get like, what, 10, 15 seconds of retention, right? And then like sweep. So we are speaking about the retention in a market, in an environment where things are moving too fast. And even if you're in crypto and you're on Pulse chain and you're having a 10-month red candles and you see other people like making money on other chains, you see like a lot of volume, you see other opportunities, it's really a tough place.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. To 20 trillion market cap, props if the cycles repeat. Yeah. I mean, my thing is that like now that Wall Street has its dirty fingers within that market, within the crypto market, right? They got such a monopoly of it. Okay, there's one good thing and bad thing. Okay, well, one of the good things is they will always see it as a market that they can move and make a shit ton of money on. So they can move the price quite quickly. They can also move the price down quite quickly as well. They can play the games. We know that the Bitcoin ETF was the most profitable ETF in the history of BlackRock. BlackRock's provision of ETFs. So they're going to make money either way. It's just annoying that it's extremely manipulated now. But yeah, that's what's happened to Bitcoin now.
All right.
Genius and crazy to both see things no one else can see. Yeah, that's true. You got to wait around to find out which one you are. Yeah, it's again, there's always risk. Like there's always risk with anything you buy and anything you do in life. I think people have such worry about risk. You take a risk on marriage. You take a risk on so much nowadays. You have a child. You don't know. You have your job today, but you don't know if you can have that job in the future. Who knows? AI wipes it out. You don't know what's going to happen the very next day. I know industries that have completely collapsed in the space of 10 years. There's always risk. I think that's the joy of life. Actually, is having a bit of risk. You get on a motorbike, there's risk. You get in your car, there's risk.
You buy some Hex, it's a risk,
you buy some Hex, there's a risk. I actually do want to see Hex succeed. I actually do want to see Richard succeed as well. I would love Richard to just do a little bit more marketing rather than just like sit on Twitter. And I think when people see some of the posts and I'm quite bearish and I'm quite like out there, it's more like, like you got a stick and you're trying to poke the bear like a little bit. You're
Right.
trying to poke it. Like, come on, do something. Come on, react. I think that's where people in the Pulse chain ecosystem, because a lot of people are like, oh, we're cry fagging this, that, and the other. I'm like, nah, we actually want him to succeed. It's not like I hate you. I actually want you to do something. Like, come on, wake
Right.
up, do something, bro.
But it's
Would you
even
agree?
about the community. Yeah, I would agree a little bit in that sense, but it's more about, for me, when I look at Pulse Chain, I really want the people in Pulse Chain to succeed even more, because they've been through man, I don't even know how to call this road, because it's been a suffer, right? Especially for the people that really trusted the ecosystem, the vision, and everything that was building around that. So, like, I really hope Hex Pulse Chain does succeed and does reward those people who believe in that vision, right? To become like maybe a top 5, let's say a top 6 layer 1
Well,
coins.
technically, Hex
But
made it on that coin. What was it called? Nomics, I think it was, or whatever it was. Back in when they actually did true coin market cap comparisons, right?
oh
And it did get into that top 5, I believe, during the
yeah,
21.
there is a screenshot about that, which is actually crazy, because I had no idea about Hex at that point or anything, right? I probably wasn't even around crypto. But I was shocked when I saw that picture. Like, you had Bitcoin, ETH, and you had close to them, you had Hex when it was like 0.40, something like that, Crazy. For me, it's some numbers that
Number 3, yeah,
What?
number 3,
number 3.
number 3.
Unbelievable.
It's pretty crazy, right? It's like looking back. Yeah, we didn't even get to speak about. I wanted to speak about Ton for a second, because I think now a lot of these altcoins are just Ponziing it up a little bit, like, because the rest of the market's just collapsing.
Yeah, we were speaking
You were
about
talking about
Ton
Ton.
also.
I know, bro. It's like Pavel's just like sending some money in, I guess. So he's doing what the
Yeah,
playbook.
they took over. They took over the DAO from Ton, and the thing is, like, they're having, like, everyone uses Telegram, right? Like, everyone in the world, and he has been battling as well with censorship for freedom. He's been like all over the news, crypto news, technology news, AI news, and he's building that and integrating in Telegram. So I could definitely see Ton going way higher, like way higher.
Hyperliquid's parabolic. It's
Is
actually
that
insane.
even a bear market? It doesn't, bro. Maybe my sailor is like selling Bitcoin for hype. By the way, it looks like, what is
No,
that?
it's just the buybacks, man. It's the buybacks are pretty. It seems like, I mean, that's the narrative. Okay, so at some point this is probably going to collapse off a cliff, but
I don't have that
these are the
tweet.
runners, really.
Yo, MoneyGang, I don't have that tweet, but there was not even like a bet, probably from one of founders or co-founders of Solana, because Hype wants to flip Solana in market cap, which is basically like 2.5x away or even lower right now. It's because hype keeps going up and Solana keeps going down, and they probably did something like a public bet on that.
Hyperliquid's 10th. Holy shit.
Yes, yeah, it's basically like a 2x away or something like that.
Tron, shout out to Tron as well. Actually, yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Hey,
I don't
whales
even know
been
this.
pumping
Figure
their
Helix. What
backs.
the heck is this?
I
Stable?
haven't opened coin market cap in a while.
Donkey, yeah,
Probably
stable coin. It's stable coin.
stable coin.
I bet it's like CoinGecko is like
That,
sponsored stable.
there are so many stable coins, man, and we gotta look up, like in the next stream, probably what's the real money that are sitting around and waiting to buy some of those cheap prices. Because I'm pretty sure that there is a lot of capital on the sidelines, even at this moment when the prices are like minus 40%, on the majors. There is a lot of money sitting on the sidelines, and they just, okay, we want some more cheap prices.
Yeah, we'll see some interesting movers and shakers. I'm pretty much Tron actually. Like, I think Tron. I don't know. It just always seems to be consistent. I mean, the chart's beautiful on Tron.
It's
But
still
down
one
here-
of the main primarily used blockchain to transfer a lot of money, a lot of stable coins movement. We're going. It's like from the past like 2-3 years, like when I hear about like a lot of big moves, transfer of money and stuff like that, a lot of people were using Tron, and I don't even get it where it comes from. But okay,
Asian,
not like
Asian,
the fastest.
Asians, bro. The Asians
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
not the fastest
Asians
blockchain.
and Russians.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, there's every single one, like every single person I've spoke to who is like from this part of the world, Asia or part of Russia or Russian-speaking countries, they all use Tron.
TRC, yeah, they're just like, hey, you wanna send some cash? TRC.
TRC,
You want to do
yeah.
anything? TRC, yeah, just like.
It's annoying because I like I've used Tron before. I found it a little bit clunky. This was when they had their big launchpad season. They had like their pump fun competitor. I forget what it was called. Sun Fun, I think it was called.
He was quite fast. He was quite fast on it. Let's be
honest.
honest. They're just getting the things done quite fast.
Oh, great. Well, I mean, we're getting to the hour mark, man. We haven't even touched on Prove It. Let's talk on ProveX tomorrow. Okay, we'll make sure.
Yeah,
that's going to be like number one. So, guys, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. We also have the Telegram group, which is growing day by day. T.me/Trench Capital Lounge. Go join that as well, and you can also follow us on Twitter, MoneyGangCrypto, and Sick Alpha on X. And also Alphaballer on YouTube as well. But yeah, we're around pretty much Monday to Friday now doing these types of shows. Is there anything that you wanted to say at the end of that, Alpha?
Man, I really hope that, Sailor's gonna sell some kidney and buy back his Bitcoin, and he says like, hey guys, it just was a misclick. Other than that, is just excited, about the future of Bitcoin, about crypto, about new tech. So we didn't even get to go a lot deeper in the new tech all around, like all over other blockchains. So
Bankerbot.
Really excited.
We've not even talked about that. We're gonna need to do this week. It's good. It's a good problem to have.
That's right. And I'm really excited. So we introduce maybe in the show like 10 minutes, 15 minutes where we can speak about some projects as well, right? Because there are so many that are trying to build a new tech on that. Like you have on Base a lot of things, you have on Ton also a lot of things. Maybe we can speak about some Memecoins as well during when the times are right.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. So yeah, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, and we'll get onto ProveX tomorrow and speak to you then. Appreciate all of you, and go to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.